Hi guys, and welcome back to TomTalks. And we are here today because the round of 32 is over at the World Cup. So we're going to look back at that. And we're going to look ahead to the round of 16. The World Cup is really heated up now. And we've had some cracking games. Let's get straight into it. Canada beat South Africa 1-0. Very late goal from Eustachio. Estaquio, maybe? Oh, I probably should check my pronunciations early on, shouldn't I? But Canada won this game. It was quite a cagey game. I thought South Africa defended quite well. Canada didn't impress me too much in this game. Obviously a great win for them to get through to the round of 16, but yeah, I have a feeling that this might be it for Canada now. But do you know what? Fair play to South Africa. I did expect them to get this far in the tournament, and they did make it easy for Canada, so props to them. Brazil beat Japan 2-1. Was an absolutely cracking game. Japan scored. They were really good in the first half of the game, but the second half, Brazil just turned up the tempo. Japan got very deep. Casemiro header, as you'd expect, and then obviously that late goal from Gabriel Martinelli. Brazil just getting the job done, but really good performance from Japan. They should be proud of themselves, but Brazil got over the line, and that's why Ancelotti's the manager. He finds a way to win games, and he's done it here, so props to Brazil. But yeah, when they come up against decent teams, they've not impressed too much. And for me, that's why I don't think they're going to get anywhere near winning the tournament. Paraguay beat Germany. Wow, what a result. I mean, Julio Enciso takes advantage and gets them in front just before half-time. Kai Havertz then equalises. There's that Jonathan Tah disallowed goal. Me, personally, I'm not sure where I sit with it because it does look a bit soft, but also I feel like they're trying to compensate for how, you know, goalies do kind of get muscled about and barged over. We saw it a lot in the Premier League this year. So there's that. But what a performance from Paraguay. And then to win in penalties as well. Fantastic stuff. Their goalkeeper was absolutely brilliant, you've got to say. Germany are out. Julian Nagelsmann has lost his job. Germany, we just got to accept Germany are not the team they used to be. They are not a powerhouse anymore. You know, the last two World Cups, they didn't even get out the group stage. They've got talented individuals, you know, Jamal Musiala, that Brown lad, the left back. His last name, by the way. He has been really talented. You know, Kai Havertz turns up for Germany, although he did miss his penalty. But Germany just aren't those guys anymore, man. And I was surprised, obviously, but Paraguay were great and they deserved it. But admittedly, the goal, but fair play to Paraguay. What a performance for them. But for Germany, I bet Jamal Musiala regrets becoming a German player, not an English player, hey? But I suppose he wouldn't get in. Well, would he get ahead of Bellingham? No, I don't think he would. He'd get in the squad, but he wouldn't get ahead of Bellingham. Netherlands and Morocco. Fantastic game. Cody Gakpo put the Netherlands in front. Obviously quite an emotional moment with what's happened to him. But Issa Diop with that late equaliser, and then just poor penalties from, well, both sides really. But the Moroccans won in the end. I think I initially said Morocco would win, and then I changed to the Netherlands last minute. But you know what? It was a cagey game. Ronald Koeman has lost his job, but this is a very good Dutch side. I think with the right manager, they could do well. I mean, they got to the semi-finals of the last Euros. They just came up against a very good team here. They weren't unlucky, but they just, yeah, they need a bit more talent in the team. They need the right manager, and they'll be fine. But fair play to Morocco. They're through to the last 16. And yeah, they'll be able to take on any team at this tournament. And will they get to the semis again? I don't know, but they have looked very good. Norway beat the Ivory Coast 2-1. Fabulous finish from Noosa to give them the lead. Ahmad comes on, does his thing. He's been really good at this tournament, Ahmad. I hope he brings this back to United next season. And then ball across, and Haaland with not the best finish, but a finish nevertheless, and Norway are through. Ivory Coast played really well in this game at points, but they just lacked that bit of oomph to get them over. And Ahmad was that, but then, Norway scored. That's the difference, really. Norway just has a bit more talent going forward. Diamande is obviously a good player. Pepe's been good, but they just, and it's what cost them against Germany, really. They just didn't take the chances. And it's a shame, because I really have enjoyed watching this Ivory Coast team. But fair play to Norway. They're through to the last 16. And France beat Sweden 3-0 next. Kylian Mbappe with 2 goals. Barcola scoring another. Michael Olise with the assists. This France team is an absolute joy to watch. Sweden had their chances, but I absolutely love watching this French team. It's made me fall in love with football again. Mbappe is absolutely brilliant. Olise is brilliant. Barcola, there's so many talented players in this team. Absolutely. And France, for me, are going to win. I just can't see anyone stopping them winning. Like, the football they play is beautiful. They are in control of the game. Mike Magnon's obviously a good goalie. Saliba's a good centre-back. They're just Chouameni. And just the players they can bring off the bench. Desiree Doué, Rayan Cherki, Mateta, who admittedly hasn't had the best tournament, but I don't know who's going to stop this French team. They are absolutely brilliant. And it could have been 6. That Olise effort which hits the post. Mbappe hits the post. I think someone hit the crossbar as well. Was it Dembele? I'm not sure, but France are unbelievable to watch. They are such a good team. I loved watching this French team. Mexico beat Ecuador 2-0. Good performance from Mexico. Quinhos scored again. He's looked a real threat for this side. Menez getting on the score sheet again. They were just comfortable. Like, Ecuador are a decent side, but Mexico turned the level up. In the group stage, I thought they were decent, but not amazing, but they just turned the level up. And I tell you what, they're going to be a difficult game. Next up, we got England, who beat the Democratic Republic of Congo 2-1. Congo were really good in that first half. I mean, Sipenga, Johan Visa almost scored again. We obviously had one cleared off the line, but in the end, Anthony Gordon came on. You got to say, fantastic from him. That cross into Kane, and then who headed it, and then obviously he played the ball to Kane. It was a fabulous finish. Harry Kane was the man in this game, and he showed why he's one of the best strikers in the world, with his movement, with his instinct. He's so good. But we were really lucky in this game. And, if Johan Visa makes it 2-0, who knows what happens. But outside of Kane and Bellingham, Gordon obviously came on and made a difference. But this England team is, I don't know, man. Pickford, I think we're going to have to start having conversations about him, because he got beat at his near post. And again, I'm not convinced by him. The defence, I'm not convinced by. Jed Spence was not having a great game. Konza and Gehi are struggling together. The midfield is pretty compact with Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice and Bellingham. Madueke didn't have a great game. Rashford was decent, but there's now the argument, do you bring Gordon back in? Do you keep Rashford on? Who knows? But we'll get on to the last 16 soon, but I've not been particularly impressed by this England team. They've not really showed up at this tournament, and yeah, we're not going to win the tournament. And if we come up against a decent team, we're going to struggle. We are. And, Kane and Bellingham have shone. Anderson and Rice have been pretty good in the midfield. The wingers have had moments here and there. But our defence it really worries me. It really does. And hopefully Reece James is back for the next game, but we'll see. Belgium want to come back from them against Senegal. Senegal were cruising. Diarra and Ismail Assar, they looked really good. Belgium looked out of it. But Lukaku comes on, does what he does, gets in the position, scores. Tielemans scores a header. The goalie shouldn't have come out for it. It would have been saved then. And then in extra time, Senegal and Belgium both go close, but Tielemans gets the penalty. For me, it is a penalty. It's a clear foul, and Tielemans scores. And absolute heartbreak for Senegal, But they've only got themselves to blame. You should have seen the game out. You were 2-0 up. Belgium have those quality players. You know, Tielemans has obviously been probably their best player at this tournament, along with like Trossard. Lukaku is always a threat when he comes on the pitch, but fair play to Belgium, and what a comeback from them to get through. But yeah, this Belgium team, they're very lucky to get through to the next round. The US beat Bosnia and Herzegovina 2-0. Balogun and Tillman there. They look pretty comfortable here. Bosnia had some very good chances at the end, but they just didn't take them. Balogun being sent off, though, that will be very interesting because he was the best player on the pitch for the US. For me, he was getting in the right positions. He's a real threat going forward. It'll be interesting to see what happens without him. Spain beat Austria 3-0. Spain just playing nice football, not always the most exciting to watch, but, you know, Cucurella, Pedri, Lamine Yamal, Mikel Oyarzabal scored twice. You know, Austria just, they couldn't deal with it. But Spain getting a little bit better, getting their rhythm a bit. So, you know, the Spanish will usually go far, and you would expect them to. Portugal beat Croatia 2-1, and Croatia was so unlucky in this game. That first half, Portugal were all over them. Bruno probably should have scored. You know, Rafael Leao obviously had that fantastic effort, which hit the crossbar, but I think that was in the second. Croatia take the lead through Perisic, was a really nice goal. Portugal get a penalty. Cristiano Ronaldo scores it. He also had that lovely effort, which was ruled out for offside. Croatia don't take the chances. It was an end-to-end game. This was one of the best matches of the round for me. It was an absolute joy to watch. And then Gonzalo Ramos heads it home, and Croatia had that goal late on ruled out. It's difficult. I honestly don't know whether he touches it or not. Like, the player is clearly offside, but I don't know whether there was the touch off the defender or off the attacker. It's really hard to tell, but Portugal get through, and they were very lucky. Croatia was so much better in this game. It's a shame, obviously, for players like Modric and Perisic, who we might not see at a World Cup again. But they put on a fantastic performance here. And as for Portugal, I've still not been impressed by them at this tournament at all. And this is probably going to be the end of the road for them for me. Switzerland beat Algeria 2-0. Pretty comfortable win for them. Embolo and Ndoye scoring. Controlled the game pretty well. Algeria were never really in the game at all. Competent performance from the Swiss, as you'd expect. Egypt beat Australia on penalties. I mean, Asawa scores. Egypt looked very good in the first half. Second half, Australia give them a game. Particularly, I've got to say, Harry Souttar in the game was fantastic. Defensively, was causing problems from the set pieces. They get a goal from an own goal. Egypt then, as I said, Souttar keeps them in that game there. And then we go to penalties, and Egypt's penalty takers were top. Harry Souttar's penalty, like, I don't know if he thought he was playing rugby, but you're supposed to put it between the goal, mate. And letting a 17-year-old lad take a penalty, that's, you know, you are bringing undue attention on him, the pressure. So Australia only have themselves to blame, really, but Egypt deserve to go through for me. They played really well. Fair play. And of course, we had probably the best game of the tournament next. And Cape Verde was so unlucky not to go through against Argentina. I mean, Messi magic getting the first goal. Cape Verde then equalised through Deroy Duarte. It was a lovely finish. Bit of luck, of course, going through the defender's legs, but it was a lovely play. We get to extra time. Lisandro Martinez, got to give him credit. That was a fantastic finish. He also... Did he get the assist? I think he got the assist for Messi's goal. But he just has that ability to do something in an attacking sense, which is what I like about him at United. Cape Verde then equalised. Sidney Cabral. Outstanding. Like, what a bloody goal. Absolutely outstanding finish from him. Was a joyous goal, and the celebration was worth it. Like, he deserved that. That was probably goal of the tournament. It was an absolutely unbelievable finish from him. And then, of course, that own goal that Romero heads onto that guy's hand. Cape Verde just didn't quite have it at the end. But they've been brilliant to watch. I have loved watching this Cape Verde team. They are strong defensively. They know how to attack, to cause problems down the wings, and they've been a joy to watch at this tournament, and they should be so bloody proud of themselves. This is such a good team. You know, the goalie for Cape Verde is currently a free agent. I don't think he will be for much longer, but what a... And Sidney Cabral as well was playing for Benfica. There was some issues there. Apparently he asked for Vinicius Junior's shirt and he basically just got pushed out the team. What a goal from him. And do you know what? Absolutely brilliant from Cape Verde. Argentina, they're just very lucky to have Lionel Messi, in my opinion. You know, Lisandro Martinez had a decent game from an attacking perspective. But, yeah, I don't think this Argentina team's going to win the World Cup because they are very lucky to still be in the competition. Cape Verde were brilliant. I've loved watching them. I'm going to miss them at this tournament, but you know what? I hope this inspires Cape Verdean lads and lasses and non-binary, gender-neutral people, of course, to go out there, to play football and to represent their country. And I hope those players get the big moves because they deserve it, you know. That goalkeeper's not going to be a free agent for much longer. The lad who plays in Ireland, he's going to get his big move. The Sidney Cabral, I think, has just signed for Galatasaray, so it may. But which is a big move, to be fair, you know, Champions League club. But, yeah, Cape Verde were brilliant. I loved watching them at this tournament. And then the final game, Colombia beat Ghana 1-0 thanks to John Arias' goal. Zizi made some good saves for Ghana, but Colombia were pretty comfortable in this game. You know, Luis Diaz in particular was fantastic, but Colombia go through, and deservedly so. They've been brilliant to watch. They are such a fantastic team, and I think they are the dark horses at this tournament. So, last 16 now. Today, Canada versus Morocco at 6 o'clock. 2-1 Morocco. I think Canada will give it a go, but for me, Morocco just has too much quality for this Canadian team, and I think they'll get over the line. Paraguay, France, 2-0 France. I think Paraguay, we can see they know how to defend a bit better than maybe Sweden do. France just have too much quality though, so 2-0. Sunday, Brazil, Norway. What a game that's going to be. I think Brazil will win 2-1. I think they will just get the job done. It's going to be a very good game to watch, but I think Brazil just have a little bit more quality than Norway do. But honestly, Norway could win that game. It will be a fantastic game to watch. Mexico, England at 1 in the morning. There's been a bit of drama around this one because it was going to be at 7 p.m. They changed it, and now it's back at 1. The 1 a.m. kickoff actually suits me because I won't be at work. So I'm not the only person in the country who's happy about this. But I think England will win 2-1 in extra time. Mexico are a fantastic team, and I think they could pull a shock here, but I don't know. I think England will just get the job done here. Maybe like Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane, one of those two. Maybe even Marcus Rashford. But Mexico will really give us a game. It will not be easy. And we're not going to keep a clean sheet because this team is very lacklustre at the back. So, but 2-1 I'll say. But we have to play a lot better to win this game. I mean, Democratic Republic of Congo were very good. And on another day, they would have won that game. You know, they have a lot of talented players. Particularly defensively, I've got to say. You know, Tuanzebe, Wan-Bissaka. The goalkeeper made some brilliant saves. Masuaku as well. They can hold their heads high. But England, I think, will just get through. Portugal, Spain. I am going to say 2-0 Spain. Portugal have not been great at this tournament. They've been very lucky. The Spanish team don't concede goals. They'll just get the job done here. Lamine Yamal will get one of them. Tuesday, US, Belgium. 2-1 US. Belgium were very lucky against Senegal. I think the US will struggle a bit without Balogun, but I think the US will just get the job done here. Christian Pulisic with the winning goal, let's say. Argentina, Egypt is going to be close, but I think Messi will just score the winning goal in extra time, 2-1 here. This Egypt team, I just don't think they have the quality to get past Argentina. It'll be close, though. Switzerland, Colombia, 2-1 Colombia, I'm going to say. I think Switzerland are a very decent side. They have some talented individuals. They play good football. They're always strong. But Colombia they have that bit of flair, that bit of talent. I think they'll just get past them here. Daniel Munoz will score the winner there. And that is the last 16. We'll have a break then before the quarterfinals. So, yeah, I really enjoyed the round of 32. And to those who were like, oh, there's too many teams at this World Cup, Cape Verde, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Paraguay, teams like that, they've proved this tournament wrong. They've proved that the underdogs can go for it. They can play, and they've played good football. Like the Democratic Republic of Congo were in all their games. They drew with Portugal. They narrowly lost to Colombia. They comfortably beat Uzbekistan in the end. They narrowly lost to England. Cape Verde. They drew with Spain. They drew with Uruguay. They drew with Saudi Arabia. They lost to Argentina in extra time. Paraguay, of course, got battered by the US, but beat Turkey. Beat Germany on penalties. Like, the underdogs are having their time at this tournament. They really are. And it's been a joy to watch. And I can't wait to see how these teams grow, particularly like Cape Verde and the Democratic Republic of Congo. I mean, Congo have some pretty established players in their team, but Cape Verde, I can't wait to see how those players do. And hopefully we'll see some of them in the Prem. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this tournament so far. I'm enjoying it. Is it the best World Cup ever? That's something we'll discuss later. Maybe not the best ever, but I am really enjoying the tournament. I've got to say, the hydration breaks it's fine. I can go make myself a coffee or something, depending on how late the game is. But England, yeah, we're not winning this tournament. It's going to be France, but we'll see what happens. Because defensively, we just don't look there, do we? And we're struggling to win. But that's my thoughts on the last 32 and my predictions for the round of 16. I hope you've been following my group stage shorts videos as well. I will start doing those for the round of 16 as well, if you're interested. So go check those out. And yeah, that's all really, folks. Let me know in the comments what was the best game of the round of 32 for you. How far do you think England will go, or your nation if you're watching from another country? And how do you think the round of 16 is going to go? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe if you joined the content, and also hype the video. That would be nice, because the YouTube algorithm is currently cocking me for whatever reason. But until next time, folks, this has been another TomTalks.